Right, folks, we are now live now. Okay, Qasim, lead the class, please. Go on, off you go.
A whole turn means a turn through 360 degrees. A half turn means a turn through 180 degrees. A quarter turn means a turn through 90 degrees. Ask your teacher for round the clock. The pupils play another game round the picnic table. This is how it works. Susan points to one of her friends. She is blindfolded and turned, still pointing. Susan must guess at who she is now pointing.
Okay, so the example says, Susan points to Meena. So here's Susan, she's pointing to Meena. She makes a quarter turn clockwise. Okay, quarter turn clockwise. Susan now faces Stewart. So here, so she starts from here. She goes quarter of the way around. So she finishes where? Stewart. Done. Lovely. Let's move on to the next example. Okay. Right. Now try these by setting the pointer on roundabout and turning it. Susan points to Stewart and she makes the quote. Okay, what we need to do, we need to read these questions out and go back to the original picture. Okay, let's go back. So, Susan points to Stewart and to the quarter of a turn clockwise. Let's have a look. So, Susan points to Stewart. Okay. So, Susan starts here. And then she's from here, she turns quarter of a turn clockwise. Which way is clockwise? Clockwise is? That way around. So, quarter turn clockwise, where will she end up with? Michael. Let's just clear this page here. And let's go forward. Okay, so that one, so question number 1 is going to be? Michael. Okay, we'll have to just write up here. So number 1 is?
Michael.
Okay, Michael. Okay, let's make this a bit more sharp because it's capital. Michael. Okay, that's number 1 then. Number 2, I'm going to read it to you. It says, Susan points to Meena. So where's Meena? So she's starting here again. And then she turns quarter turn anti-clockwise. So which way does she go? Backwards. So if she turns quarter of a turn, who will she be facing? Mark. So number 2 is? Mark. Okay, number 3. Number 3. So Susan points to Michael. Let's just clear this further. Susan points to who? Michael. Where's Michael? Okay, let's get our color. Susan points to Michael. She starts there. Then she turns half a turn. So if she turns half a turn, where will she end up? Meena. So half a turn, doesn't matter which way you go for half a turn. So number 3 should be Meena. So she should be facing Meena. So number 3 is Meena. Okay, let's rub that off now. And let's look at question number 4. Question number 4, Susan points to Jane and Fiona. So let's have a look. Where's Jane and Fiona? So she's facing... Wow. So she's facing here. And she turns how much of a turn?
Quarter turn
clockwise. Where will she end up then? Philip. So number 4 is? Philip. Yeah, not Flip. Flip is something else. Okay. That's what decide. Okay. Okay, question number 5. So Susan points to James. Where's James?
Next to me. There.
Okay. And then she turns half a turn, so she's gone all the way back around to the other side. So who will she be facing now? Philip.
Again.
Anyway, it doesn't matter about being again. That's the end of question exercise 4. Example, Susan points to Meena. This is the next exercise. She's turned to point to Stewart. So Susan goes from here to there. So she goes, what does she do? She does quarter of a turn. So now we have to describe the turn. We have to describe it. They're going to tell us where she started, where she finished up. We have to tell them what is the actual turn, how much of it was it. Okay, let's clear this. And we're going to do the answers up here. So let's, so how many questions you got now? The questions are here, by the way. Here's the question. You can't keep on going backwards and forwards. It's going to look a bit messy. Okay, hang on a second. Wrong one. Here's all the questions for those of you who are watching us at home. I'm going to go back now to the other image. Oh, here we go. Okay. Question number 1. Question number 1 says, Susan points to Stuart. Okay, so Susan starts where? Okay, Susan points to Stuart. Okay. And it's turned to point to Mark. So she ends up here. The answer is, she started here, so what does she do?
Make a half turn.
So, answer to number 1 is, she has made a
Half turn.
half turn. So just write half turn, that'll do. Number 2. Number 2 says, okay, let's clear this page over here. Okay. Okay, read number 2, Sufyan, number 2. So Susan points to Mark.
And his turn to point to Mina.
So let's start off then. Let's start off with a different color now. So Susan points to Mark, and then she will go from Mark to Mina. Okay, how do you get from here? What do you do? What do you call that?
Turn clockwise. Quarter turn clockwise.
Okay, yeah.
Quarter turn.
Quarter turn in the direction of the clock. So C, W. Done. Question number 3. Question number 3 says Susan points to James and is turned to point to Jane and Fiona. Let's look at this first of all. This for a moment. Hang on a second, folks. Alright. So Susan was pointed to James. Where's Jane? James is here. And she's going to go to Jane and so she starts here and she goes that way around. So she's turned what? So she turned? Quarter of a turn, which direction? Same answer as the previous one. Quarter turn clockwise. Done. Lovely. Beautiful. Next question. Question number 4. Okay. 4, 5 and 6 I want you to do now for me, please, folks. Off you go. Everybody else do number 4, 5 and 6. Question 4, 5 and 6, folks, for everybody to try now. 4, 5, 6. Try those questions now. Okay, what's the answer for number 4? We said the answer for number 4 was?
Quarter turn anti-clockwise.
So quarter turn clockwise, yeah? And the next one was?
Quarter turn anti-clockwise again.
No. So number 4 anti-clockwise or clockwise?
Anti-clockwise.
And number 5 was the same?
Yeah.
Anti-clockwise. Okay, and the last one was? For half a turn, you don't need to mention the direction because it doesn't matter. The direction. Lovely, beautiful. Okay, right.